Hi everyone, this is Millie from Real Food for Less Money, and today I am going to share with you one of our family favorites, buttermilk syrup. This is a lazy weekend morning here, and we love to have a little bit of a special breakfast on the weekends. So today we're having German pancakes with our homemade buttermilk syrup, and this is definitely a family favorite recipe that I originally got, I think, several years ago from A Taste of Home. So I've been making this for years, and then when we switched to a real foods diet, I changed the ingredients so that we could still enjoy it without the bad stuff that was in it. The old recipe had corn syrup. This one eliminated that. The taste is still wonderful, spectacular even, and we just really enjoy this. So I am going to share with you how we make buttermilk syrup. The ingredients for buttermilk syrup are very simple. We need 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk and 1/2 cup of butter, so that's 1 stick of butter, and we need 3/4 of a cup of sucanat and 1/4 a cup of honey. Oh, can you see my honey? There's my honey there. It's rather thick. And then we need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So we are going to combine all of those ingredients into the saucepan. So what we want to do is bring our ingredients to a boil, and then once they've come to a boil, we're going to turn it down. So we're just going to give a little bit to come to a boil. So we're just giving this a quick stir just to mix everything together, and then just leaving it on its own to do its thing to come to a boil. Okay, so we're at a boil, and I've just turned the heat down, and we want to let it continue over a lower heat. I've got it down to about medium-low, and we're going to let it continue to do that low boil for 8 or 9 minutes. And you can stir this occasionally just to keep anything from sticking to the bottom, but you don't need to stand here and stir it the whole time. This is a very easy recipe. Okay, remember how I said to make sure you start with a nice big saucepan? See how close to the top that's come with that baking soda in there combined with the buttermilk. It just rises up in your pot. So make sure that you start with a big enough pan so you don't have an overflow issue. I've been there, done that. It's not fun. Okay, we've got about 2 minutes left on our timer, and you can see it's no longer swollen up. It's just died down a little bit. And this is perfectly normal, so just let it do this thing and just stir it every once in a while. Okay, our time is up. It's cooked for about 8 minutes, and now we're going to go ahead and turn off the heat. Kiki just did that for us. And our final ingredient is 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Go ahead and pour that in. And then Kiki's going to give it a final stir here. Well, she's going to give it a stir. It probably won't be the final stir. All right, and that is it. Our syrup is ready to be put in a container and serve on our, we're having German pancakes this morning, but like I said, you can serve it on anything you would normally use syrup. Okay, here we are with our finished buttermilk syrup, and you can see it's just a lovely brown color, deep and rich. This is the perfect syrup to use in any manner that you would use maple syrup for. It is a less expensive option than maple syrup, and we really like it on our weekend breakfast, on our German pancakes, on sourdough pancakes, on waffles. Just wonderful in all those applications. You could even let it cool down to room temperature and use it as a topping for your ice cream. So keep in mind that this has butter in it, so as it cools, it's going to separate a little bit. You can see just in the few minutes that I've allowed this to cool, it's already started to separate. So if it separates, just give it a stir. It's just fine. And for leftovers, you want to store those in the refrigerator. I usually just put them in a mason jar. And again, butter in the recipe, so as it cools in the refrigerator, it's definitely going to separate. To use it, you will just want to heat it gently on the stove top until it's a nice liquid consistency. So there you go, buttermilk syrup. A wonderful alternative to more costly maple syrup. I hope that your family enjoys buttermilk syrup as much as my family does. It is certainly one of our favorite weekend morning treats. So again, this is Millie from realfoodforlessmoney.com, and have a wonderful day.